In 7 days, I traveled to more than 10 islands from Bali to Lombok through waterfalls, jungles, world-class snorkeling tours, and amazing food. My journey started from the Denpasar airport, where I took a 2-hour car ride into the coastal port of Padangbai and checked into my hotel for tonight. I'm gonna find a local restaurant to enjoy dinner. This is the streets of Padangbai. For tonight, I headed to the beach to enjoy the sunset. Good morning, guys. It's around 7 a.m. I'm gonna head to the hotel lobby for some breakfast and then maybe check out a local temple. If you have time before your boat, I recommend checking out the Sila Yukti temple located on the cliff of Padangbai. For my trip from Bali to Gili Meno, I boarded the Ikajaya fast boat and it took me around 2 hours to get to the Gili Islands. You can choose between Gili Tea, Gili Meno, and also Gili Air, but I chose Gili Meno because of its quietness and also its amazing coral reefs. I brought my snorkel gear and we're gonna head up to the famous Basque statue to snorkel. Alright guys, I'm gonna enter the water. The western coast of Gili Meno is where you can see a lot of marine life, including turtles. If you want to snorkel near the famous Basque statues, remember to come earlier or later during the day to avoid crowds. It's almost sunset. Before the sun sets, I'm gonna go in for my second time of snorkeling. This time, since I know the current's drifting this way, I'm gonna head up a little bit more this way and then drift down all the way to the snorkel sites. Just got back from my second snorkel. The conditions amazing, great visibility, enough for a better day for snorkeling. And this is the view. Just had an amazing dinner over an amazing sunset. I mean, just look at the view behind me. It's almost 8 now. I just finished breakfast, got geared up, and I'm gonna try to go to the northeastern side of Gili Meno to see if I can snorkel there. In my opinion, the northeastern side of Gili Meno is harder to snorkel and you all have to swim further out to see good coral reefs. I head back to the hotel and prepare to check out. For the afternoon, I enjoyed lunch near the ocean and headed to the harbor to get picked up by a public ferry to Lombok. I just got to Lombok and got to my resort for the next 4 days. This is the room. That's my favorite part. It's a outdoor shower that is huge. This is our dinner for tonight. I was fortunate enough to have 2 friends from Singapore to join my adventure on Lombok. Today we're heading to the Pink Beach and a couple of snorkel sites in the southern part of Lombok. That's our first stop. This is the Pink Beach, number 3. We headed to a local warung to enjoy lunch and started our adventure for the day. I would have to say this is one of the best snorkeling I've ever done in my life. Here, you'll be able to find many different types of corals and an insane amount of biodiversity. This is truly world-class snorkeling. For those who wish to come, please keep the place the same by using reef-safe sunscreen and don't leave or touch anything underwater. After snorkeling, our captain took us to this remote island that only appears when the tide is low. This island is surrounded by lots of seagrass and sea stars. For dinner, we went to the cliffside restaurant to enjoy the 180 view of Western Lombok. Today we'll be touring the eastern secret Gilis of Lombok, and apparently the reef there is also amazing as well. After breakfast and a 3-hour drive from Sendang, we arrived at the coastal port. The mangrove forest right off the coast of Lombok. Got to our first island. This is Gili Meno. We just got to our first snorkel site. Due to its remote nature and conservation effort, the reef here carpets the entire floor. Here, you'll find yourself surrounded by so many different types of fish. We just got to a second drift snorkel location. We'll show you underwater. This is our lunch after our snorkel trip. Got to our last snorkel destination of the day. This is Gili Meno, and we'll be doing a beach entry snorkel from here. For a beach entry snorkel, remember to always swim when the water hits your ankle and be careful of any baby corals on your way in and way out, especially when it's low tide. heading back to Lombok. After an exhausting 3-hour car ride, we got back to Singiki and quickly enjoyed dinner. For today, we got up bright and early to head to the northern part of Lombok for waterfalls. After around 2 hours, we got to the base camp of Mount Rinjani and started our hike for the 2 waterfalls. The first waterfall is Sendang Gili, and it's only a short 15-minute walk from the parking area. Just got to our first waterfall. Right now we're on our way to the second waterfall. We do recommend you to get a guide as you'll have to navigate through waters and rivers to get to the second waterfall. This is Kelep. Guys, we're at the bottom of Kelep waterfall. We got back to the base camp and enjoyed lunch with an amazing view over Northern Lombok. Today, my 2 friends are heading back to Singapore, so we just chilled at the hotel, enjoyed some drinks, and they headed back to the airport. Look at the sunset, guys. Good morning, guys. It's my last day on Lombok. I'm gonna enjoy the morning at my resort and then head to the port to go back to Bali today. To get back to Bali, I headed to the Bansal Pier and hopped on the Ikajaya fast boat, which took around 2 hours back to Bali again. And that concludes my trip to Lombok.